Hello and welcome to round 2 from the 2018 Las Vegas Challenge here in beautiful Las Vegas. You got BigSexy commentary with you again, Nate Sexton and Jeremy Koling.
Yeah, Las Vegas is proving to be a difficult place. Wide open course, as usual, but the conditions are just throwing some interesting aspects into our face. So it'll be interesting to see. We got some new names up here. Jesse Adams, Joel Freeman, Nikko Locastro, and Jeff Renner. Nikko's obviously the seasoned veteran, but we're going to see how these guys handle the limelight here with, the expectations high.
Yeah.
Maybe, it's a different position for some of these guys.
Absolutely, and yet again, we've got to go through the torture of the drone flying on the beautiful sunny day.
Yeah.
And then once you see these guys tee off, you're going to see a bit more of a freezing cold, windy day.
The skies aren't quite as blue. The flag is definitely not that dormant.
Yeah.
And the temperatures have dropped. So
this hole 393, we're going to start off with Jesse here from Utah. He's going with the backhand. He's got OB on the right, and that's really the only concern. He just needs this to drop. It actually looks really good.
yeah, that's a great way to start right there.
Oh, yeah.
Starting off with a hot 10 under 1079 rated first round.
Yeah, and this is Joel Freeman out of Colorado.
Yeah, Innova sponsored player, tons of game. Maybe not well known by all the disc golf patrons out there, but we're familiar with Joel.
Yeah, and this is a guy you may or may not have heard of. I don't know. Not a guy that's been around a long time, but Nikko Locastro.
Only a 2-time major champion.
Yeah, and been on lead cards probably a good 10 years now.
His whole career.
Maybe more than 10 years.
3 great shots so far to start off on hole 1. It's 393 feet.
And this is Jeff. Looks like he hyzered this out a little early. He's going to go down the hill over there near Joel, perhaps. I think Joel is a little closer than that, though.
Yeah, it looks kind of calm at this particular. I mean, you see the flag waving a little bit, but just like the day before, it's not going to stay this way. The gusts pick up throughout the round, and that's one of the things about the wind. Obviously, you just never know when you're going to get a wind that just throws you around.
Yeah, for sure. And I really like these supports for the baskets on the hillsides. I have not seen that done before. Ooh, disappointing putt there. But I haven't seen that exact design, and it's so stable, and it looks professional, too.
Yeah, it's nice. I mean, putting a basket on a hillside, especially in this hole, it really stands up nice against the stark contrast of the hill behind it. Really quality starting hole in the Innova course. This is the course we played twice throughout this tournament, and I'd say it's the premier course layout for the Wild Horse golf course.
Yeah, nice birdie from Nikko there. Hole 2 is a par 3 little tunnel shot, one of the only holes with a lot of trees on it here in Las Vegas, but
Yeah.
270 feet. It's got some pretty slidey, sort of pebble, sandy ground. So if you throw a mid-range pretty firm, get it down through the gap, you have a pretty good chance to skip up there to the pin.
Yeah, this is maybe 1 out of 54 holes of short, under 300-foot technical shots.
Oh, and Nikko doesn't care. He's going over. I didn't even think about doing that.
Yeah, that's the one way to make this hole no longer like a tight tunnel hole, and
Wow.
executes the shot really well inside 25 feet maybe.
Yeah, that was great. A forehand. Oh, okay.
Oh, and just barely clips that.
Yeah.
The forehand is kind of tricky. We'll see how Joel navigates this here with this bush right off to the right side of the tee pad. He goes with the high shot to avoid it. The problem with the high shot is there's a lot of stuff leaning over into the fairway. The airspace is kind of condensed there with all these pines, and I'm not going to even try to go for the genealogy of these trees
you
this
nailed
year.
it, dude. Those are pines.
2000.
That's the shot I was expecting to see 4 of. The mid-range up the middle. I'm really surprised.
Yeah, we only got 1 of those.
And Jesse's in trouble.
And it looks like he's going with his second straight. I believe that's a tomahawk. It looked like that was a tomahawk.
I think so. But he's got a tester putt here on a short hole.
It's the less common variety of the overhand shots.
Joel, low ceiling thanks to that branch, but makes a decent effort. Here's the par save try.
And just a bit shaky on the start. 2 missed putts for Jesse so far. Let's see if he can change that around.
Jeff, tricky line.
Yeah.
Nikko is really going to put the fear in him if he hits this.
Nikko's a player who plays with confidence, and I think playing with this card might really instill some confidence, because I don't think he's going to feel intimidated by any of these new faces on the lead card.
I should hope not, really. I mean, as with all he's been through, all the tournaments he's won, I mean, he's clearly the biggest dog.
Yeah, he definitely feasts off that alpha roll. So
yeah,
we'll see how that plays for his game today.
Hole 3 is a par 3, 270 feet, plenty of out of bounds. You've got the water, kind of the line is actually up above the reeds, and then you have the cart path. If you come up short, you have to go to a drop zone, so there's really no saving it. If you do go across the path, I believe you get to putt. I would expect a nice overstable disc here. There it goes. He needs a nice skip, and I think he'll get a little bit, but really not maybe as much as he... it's pretty good, actually.
Yeah, that's a good shot, and he'll have a tailwind putt there. If you go OB anywhere on this hole, you proceed to the drop zone, which is on the left side.
So that's different than last year.
Yeah, last year it was only if you went in the water.
Oh, shoot.
And that, I believe,
very
stayed
close
in bounds, but man, you do not want to see that kind of action on this green.
No. That looks to be thrown really hard.
And that
I
may
don't
have
like what I saw there. I thought I saw the reed move.
And this is a high stall play here from Jesse to try to play a little putter around the tree.
This looks really good.
Wow, that is a phenomenal shot there. What great touch.
Yeah, that'll calm your nerves.
Yeah, he's not going to miss that putt.
Really good recovery.
Just breaking on the edge of the branches there. That's a really quality shot. So Jeff did go OB. And,
look at the wind just hang on to it. Yeah. But he looks like he's still staying close enough.
And so Joel did stay safe. And
Joel with a pretty aggressive bid.
Yeah, it's not gusty yet, but it's definitely, you can see it's quite breezy.
Yeah. Nice putt.
And surprisingly enough, this is one of the easier holes that you're going to come across on this course. It averaged 2.98, so I mean, just barely below par, but that's pretty close to par.
Yeah.
And, I mean, you're just going to see a ton of birdies and a ton of bogeys.
Yeah, with all that out of bounds.
And in fact, there's actually 40% of the field got birdie, 31 was above par, which is in 29 par, so there were more bogeys than there were pars. Yeah, if you throw a good shot, you're most likely going to get your birdie.
Yeah.
You throw a bad one, you're going to be going to the drop zone.
Look at Nikko with the turkey. That's a dream start in these conditions. Beautiful birdie there from Jesse. Hole 4 is a par 3, 378 feet dead ahead, but it is a little bit blocked. You have to go either huge backhand hyzer, which as a right-hander in these conditions is going to lift like crazy, or you can maybe take more of a flippy fairway or forehand a little straighter at the pin.
I'm curious if Jesse will go with overhand. I don't know how far he feels comfortable with that shot, but I mean, you're seeing that's classic Nikko right there. The Anheuser line, Anheuser to flat line with an overstable disc. That's just classic Nikko. So Jesse is going with a backhand. And that is such a technical shot. I mean, for this course, for as wide open as it is, that low straight line through the gap, it's tricky. Those trees really force you to throw a straight shot.
Here we might see no, they're all going low. Oh, he's calling for it to get stable, so he's probably hung it out. He needs to slow down. I think that's going to stay in bounds.
Jeff is bailed out pretty short and left. I don't know if he clipped some of the trees there or not, but he is going to be well short. Such a difficult pin to attack with that hyzer shot. If you go with the spike hyzer, there's usually, not right now, but there's normally a left or right to left, which really sails that hyzer over that hillside, and you don't have much space at all behind this basket. And even this shot right here is in danger, but it sits down.
That was really pretty aggressive from that spot. I'm surprised not to see him just slide it up to the pin.
And Joel plays pretty safe there. I don't think he was running after that, but he'll have a tap in par. And this is Nikko for the quad birdie start.
Oh, man. Good height on it.
Just off to the right side of the chains.
Nice putt.
I mean, we can say this about anybody, but if Nikko's draining his putts, there's really not that many more quality throwers on tour.
On behalf of Wild Horse Golf Club, I'd like to welcome everyone to the 2018 Las Vegas Challenge presented by Innova. Have a great time this week and enjoy the event.
So, I mean, when Nikko's dropping his putts, when he feels confident on the green, that only translates to more confident drives, which really makes it difficult for anyone to catch him.
And it looks like Joel did go OB. I just saw the bogey color flash there for him.
Oh, wow.
Hole 5, par 4, 606 feet. You have a pretty obstructed drive. You got to pick your line, and then you've got hazard sand trap, out of bounds green, and then right behind the pin, out of bounds path. The path runs along the entire right side as well.
And they brought this tee back behind this cart path this year. Interesting to see Nikko go forehand. It's set up really well for that low Anheuser drive that he's so great at.
Yeah.
But he plays a safe shot, checks up there in the middle of the fairway.
Jesse going to go out to the right. That looks really well done if it can fade.
I mean, that's the Nikko line, and Nikko didn't take that. Very interesting. And a great shot there
huge.
from Jesse. Yeah, he's only 80 feet short of that green, which is really far from the tee. So
yeah, that's over a 400-foot shot.
It's going to set him up for a really nice approach there.
This should be pretty safe in the middle, I would think, for Jeff.
Yeah, it misses all the trees along the edge of the fairway and right back to the middle.
And Joel going to go with the same approach, a little high, that Nikko used. It's going to work, though.
Yeah.
All practice, we didn't even get any wind. It was like perfect. I was like, yeah, it's all good with no wind.
Yeah, we didn't have much practice or much wind practice. We're all kind of just improvising every shot that we throw throughout this tournament.
Yeah. Nikko gets it over the green. He'll have a little tester putt left for his birdie. Joel, pretty much a perfect shot.
Jeff relying on the skip off the green and left himself that's a Vegas tester.
Yeah, absolutely.
Basket on a mound, 20 feet, 22 feet. You never really feel comfortable with anything until it's inside 15.
Oh no.
And that's exactly why. I mean, if you give yourself that putt for par, these things add up. And
it's starting to add up right now.
Jesse's gone from a birdie to bogey at best. And Nikko's a little bit closer than it looked at first, and he is in the basket comfortably. 4 out of 5 to start off.
Not bad.
And it ends the bleeding there for Jesse.
That was tough. Not what you want to do here on these elevated greens. At least that first air ball didn't go out of bounds.
Right. And Jeff is in for his birdie. And I'm sure Joel will be tapping that in. So 3 birdies and a bogey on hole 5. Came in at the 13th most difficult hole, just below par at 3.95. So kind of a good hole. I think any holes that average around par,
yeah, sure,
it's good. You're going to see some scoring separation.
Sure. Hole 6, a 222-foot par 3, but don't let it fool you. It's got plenty of teeth. OB long, there's just a string line. OB left, clearly lots of OB water. Basically, it's an island hole.
And once again, it's just dream conditions of this drone. Like playing this hole without wind is ideal.
Yeah, that's a nice looking play.
And
keep it below the hole.
The thing about this hillside is you're coming with hyzer, you're going to counter skip most of the time. So that's always scary. You think, okay, I've got hyzer on it. That's usually not good enough. You want to land on that flat spot.
Yeah.
If you can.
Yeah. And that barely stayed in bounds, that last shot. This is in danger.
Yeah, it's a little bit too much stall on that one. Oh, just barely stays in bounds. If you go OB, you must advance to the drop zone, which leaves you about a 45-foot death putt right towards the water. So kind of an instant bogey.
Fun fact, in my group, I went OB, and I'm forgetting who else in my group went OB, but we had 2 OBs. We both banged down the 3.
Wow.
Back to back.
Yeah, that's a putt that most people are going to be laying up. And
great birdie.
From 30, just outside the circle maybe. No fear in his eyes there, just steps up and drains it.
And I'm very jealous of Nikko's spot there, not putting at the water.
Right.
That's awesome place to be.
Pretty much ideal. And speaking of holes that played near par, this one averaged 2.99.
Wow.
I mean, this is just like hole 3. You're either going to birdie it or bogey it, most likely. 30%, 36% of the field birdied it, 34 bogeyed, and just 30% with a par.
Interesting.
And you and another one in your group were the 30%.
We had some pars, yeah.
Oh.
Hole 7 is a par 4, 462 feet. This hole's insane. I don't even really understand it. The green is so small, and I guess that's what you say with a short par 4. But it's a very difficult hole because the layup play feels so short to me, and I just want to put a little more on the disc.
Oh.
Nico's going in the sand. That's going to be a penalty, and actually not a real good line to the pin from there. Joel looks like he's going to play smart and safe.
Yeah, and that's what you want to see right there. Just check up. You either go for this pin and take your results, or you play that check up shot.
Yep.
But
looks like a go for type of run up. This could get sandy, folks.
Oh, he's past the sand. He's on the
that's
downslope.
awesome.
That's a great place that you're going to be putting back up the hill to the right side.
That's so good.
And Jeff seeming to have a few timing issues so far to start this round off, but that is inbounds, I believe.
Yeah, I guess.
Just a little bit of a pull there. And
perfect.
Wow. I mean, it's not the first time we've seen Joel throw a really nice, touchy, nose-up approach.
Maybe he was out of bounds there. He's standing by the path.
Yeah. So that's going to be an up and down there most likely for a par.
And looks like Nico has an okay line.
But it's scary. He can't see the back side of that sand trap.
Yeah.
And he's going to a downslope green.
He's in bounds there, but he's down there in the rocks.
Yeah, he's going to have a long putt for par.
And that is a fantastic place to be, assuming that he stayed in bounds. There is a cart path down there.
I think he did.
Par, that's a 4.
Yeah, nice save there from Jeff.
This will also be for par.
Uphill headwind, such a tricky putt. That's a putt that Nico has traditionally struggled with. A lot of times he gets that nose down and drops into the cage, and that was a really confident release there. Kept the disc flat, went through the wind, no problem. Good par save.
Nice birdie from Joel. And Jesse takes par, so he was OB long.
Okay. Wow.
That green is too small.
And there were 2 twos in that one. James Conrad and Andrew Presnell.
Nice. Hole 8, par 3, downhill 417 feet. Cart path on the left. Water early, but not really in play. Tough thing here is just controlling the skip, getting the disc to stop near the pin in all this wind and with that really dry, sandy surface.
I'm struggling. How windy is it for these guys? I mean, that's a 400-foot sidearm into a headwind. Like, I know he crushes, but that's
big.
That's really big. I mean, that was not an option when some groups are coming through these holes. And by some groups, I specifically mean mine. That was not possible. That was not possible. And Nico is down there as well. I mean, this is, we're going to see a third forehand here. Oh, no.
Oh,
Tomahawk.
Whoa.
That is a slow panning overhand.
That's huge.
Okay.
That's huge.
Yeah, that's... And it looks like there might even be tailwind for these guys.
Maybe.
Are they throwing with tailwind right now?
It sort of seems that way because they're all just kind of coasting them down there.
Okay, I'm a little bit jealous right now. I'm a little bit... that flag is definitely blowing downwind, which...
But nobody's parked. They still got some putts.
Yeah, and Nico's up there. But man, yeah, this is it's interesting how much the conditions can change in just a couple hours.
Oh, great effort there. Just a bit high. Jesse, wow, that is a huge overhand.
Yeah, that's crazy. Almost pin high, 417 feet. I mean, it's downhill, and if you do have a tailwind, those overhands tend to glide a lot more. And look at this.
Joel is not messing around.
No, he's not. He's here to show that he's put the work in the off season, and yeah, it's paying off right now. He's off to a great start.
Couple of par tap-ins here.
I mean, there's definitely some salt on my end right now. I'm going to say there's a little bit of saltiness. This hole would be great for a tailwind. And, well done, though. 3 pars and a birdie there from Joel.
Hole 9, par 4, shooting out of a gap, 543 feet, and then you've got a bunker right behind the pin. If you do flip over really bad, there are some pine trees you get caught in, or perhaps out of bounds.
And we're going the same direction as the previous hole, so there should be a bit of a tailwind for these guys as well, which makes this hole pretty attackable. It's like 547 feet, is that right? 543 feet.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's in that range where you can get yourself up there for a putt. The pin is close enough to that bunker that if you're not within 50, probably isn't as ill-advised to run it. But
Yeah.
we'll see how these guys play it. That's the way to do it, though. That low, slight Anheuser out of the hand.
I don't think this has the distance, but
Well, he might not have the distance, but I think Nikko's a pretty aggressive putter.
he is.
And I wouldn't be surprised to see from that distance him give it a good bid.
We've seen that Jesse's got power to spare, so a little high, though. I think you really need that thing. It's a tough line to really get all the way up there. How many 2s were there on this hole? I'd be curious to know that.
There were 3 of them. Devin Owens, a lefty with a nice turnover out of the gap.
We don't want to spoil it, I suppose, in case one of these guys hits a huge putt, but
You know what? I'll just give him Devin Owens. There
Devin.
was 3 of them total.
Devin hit it, and you're going to have to wait to know if this shot right here goes in.
Yep.
Well, we didn't have to wait long.
Spoiler alert.
It didn't go in.
Did not go in.
It's pretty good, though. Oh, no.
Ooh.
Yeah, it is. It's good. It was
The
almost
suspense
really
is
bad.
killing me, Nate. Oh,
It was
my
almost
gosh.
really bad. Now it's good.
And Joel
layup.
wants to lay up that one. So there's
So hard to attack this putt from that kind of range. I mean, you'd be crazy. You have to just lay it up, take the easy birdie.
All right, we're gonna give it to Nikko. Now this is gonna be too far for Nikko. That's a safe play there. So
Devin Owens.
Devin Owens, Drew Gibson,
Beautiful.
and Putter Pants Eric Oakley.
I thought so. Eric Oakley was a group ahead of me, and I saw him doling out high fives like there was no tomorrow after this hole. So I had a feeling that he must have hit a sweet too. Oh, Nikko a little bit high in the chains, and that falls out. One of the really easy birdies on the course. He's not going to be happy to have to take par.
Yeah, this is definitely one of the easiest holes on the course.
Joel should have a pretty easy birdie.
Actually, it is the easiest hole on the course. Average below half a stroke under par at 3.47.
Yeah.
So that's that 4 feels more like a bogey for Nikko, especially with his great drive.
Yeah.
Lays up, elects to not go for it, and then still doesn't get the result. That's the toughest one.
Well, that's it for our front 9, guys. We've got a 29 for Jesse, a 26 for Joel, and a 25 for Nikko. Those guys are really playing hot, and Jeff with a 29 as well. Make sure that you tune in for the conclusion of this round, lead card at the 2018 Las Vegas Challenge.